Hello everyone, welcome to my channel.
Hi guys, today we are going to learn how to make a vanilla sponge cake which is an eggless recipe. So here we have all the ingredients ready for the cake. This is a 7-inch cake tin. I've put some parchment paper or the butter paper. In case you don't have the paper, you could just grease it with melted butter and put some flour inside. This is baking powder, baking soda and salt inside. This is yogurt. I'm using regular homemade curd here, no problem. Then we have vegetable oil, regular vegetable oil. I'm using castor sugar here. In case you don't have castor sugar, you can use regular powdered sugar or normal sugar also. I've taken milk, 2 to 3 tablespoons. Then we have vanilla extract. You could always add 1 drop more for the more vanilla flavor to the cake. We have the main ingredient, that is a all purpose flour, or we also call it as maida. Make sure your oven is preheated while you do this process. The next step here is, in a large bowl, add in the yogurt. This is the simple homemade curd I'm using. Then into this I'm going to add the baking powder, baking soda and the salt together. Next we are going to add the sugar. You don't have castor sugar, you can use any regular sugar. Now we are going to mix it properly. Here the yogurt basically reacts with the baking soda, and then within few seconds you will see the bubble nature. Always remember, first we need to mix the wet ingredients. Mix it along the sides of the bowl, and then you will see the bubbling nature. Simply keep it aside for 5 to 8 minutes. If you see the reaction is fast, then you can directly use it. So the next step here, see the bubbling nature. Now we are going to add in the oil and then the vanilla extract or the vanilla essence. And now we are going to mix it. We are giving the vanilla flavor to the batter basically here. So next process is, in a large bowl, take the all purpose flour, that is maida. Okay, so here I would like to add one thing. With the help of this, please sieve your flour, that is a maida, because we are basically making an eggless recipe here. So please don't forget this step. Make sure you sieve the all purpose flour here. Okay, here now we are going to start the next process. That is, we basically try to mix the dry into the wet. So first I'm going to take the wet ingredient ball in the front and start adding the maida into the wet batter in the form of batches. Always remember, you will not dump the entire dry mixture into the wet, because that's not the batter consistency we get when you do that. So make sure you always add in batches, that is 2 to 3 or more. I'm adding here little by little because I don't want to make sure that my batter is full of lumps and I'll get a breaky cake here. So mix it properly, and please do not overmix the batter. If you see any lumps in the batter, do not worry, because at the end, for about 10 seconds, we are going to mix it vigorously. So here I am adding little by little once I see that the batter is mixed. So here I'm adding the dry ingredients into the wet, that is maida, into the batter. So this is how you mix it properly, and then once you see it's mixed, you're going to add the next batch, but not make sure that you add in completely at the first and end up having a lumpy batter. That is not the consistency we wanted from the batter. So this is how you entirely add it. If you see any lumps, do not worry, because we are going to mix it properly for about 10 seconds. So here, once you see everything is added, we are going to mix it for about 10 seconds like this, but not more. And then we are going to add 2 to 3 tablespoons of milk depending on the consistency. So here about 2 tablespoons of milk I've added here. So once we add milk here, this is the consistency we get with our batter. Now this batter goes into the preheated oven at 175 for about 45 minutes. Quickly I'll just switch to a spatula to make sure that everything is mixed along the sides. So now our batter is ready. So here I have placed the tin into the oven which is preheated, that is at 175 degrees, and will bake it for about 40 to 45 minutes. So here we see the cake which is baked perfectly for about 45 minutes. So how do you check if the cake is completely baked or not? So one, you just take the knife and then insert the sharp edge directly into the cake. So if it comes out clean, that shows that your cake is baked properly. So another way to check is put the finger on the top so it'll be very springy to touch, and that means it's a go. And also you see the edges of the cake. It has come out from the tin, that means it's perfectly baked. So here once the cake is completely cooled, I've just unmolded the cake. So if you want to eat it directly, definitely no one's going to stop you. But if you want to cut it into layers and then put in the cream and want to make a perfect birthday cake, then it's all up to you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel.